baby. No. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Growing Pains. To the Growing Pains series. So if you guys have not tuned in to the episode last week, make sure you tap on this link up here and go check that video out. Also, if you are not a part of the PVO family, make sure you go ahead and hit that red subscribe button so that you can join the fam. And this, as you guys can tell by the title, is the episode pertaining to dating and waiting. I guess, you know, everyone is kind of different. You have some people who are okay with, you know, just dating or just being a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever the case is. They're more so, they're like, titles don't matter and all this kind of stuff, even though you're a boyfriend or a girlfriend, whatever the case is. And for me, I just think it's deeper than a title. I think it is more so about being fully committed and what you guys desire for your future. If you want children, if you want to get married, you know, obviously if you want a family, you know. And so that is something that I do desire. And so when I say this pertaining to growing pains, I kind of feel as if this is a video that could be for my boyfriend and I. However, I have to speak my truth, and so we'll have time, you know, in the future to speak on other things if the opportunity presents itself. So number one, dating and waiting can be very frustrating when you do it, I don't want to say the wrong word. I don't want to say when you do it the wrong way or when you do it too quick or whatever. But some pains that I had while dating and waiting is a whole lot of frustration. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 4 years, and I don't need the bashing as far as, oh, that's a long time. It don't take that long to know if you want to be with someone the rest of your life. Like, my mind is fully competent, you know, to think those things on my own. I do believe, though, that God definitely gave us this journey for a reason. I believe that we have stretched each other so thin in being who we know that we can be and being the best that we can be in that. For myself, I have been hearing a lot of, you know, men, women talk to me in any kind of way, all of these different things, and this 60-40 rule, all of this stuff, y'all. And it's just like, it's so many different roles and rules and gender roles and all of these different things pertaining to how dating is supposed to go and all of this stuff. And me personally, I am just the most chill person when it comes to stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna demand what I demand because I feel like we all deserve what we deserve and we should not accept anything less than that. And so in the midst of dating, it's like, you know, you're trying to learn this person, you're trying to figure things out, and it runs into your waiting. Because in the beginning, granted, you may go in like, you know, I'm tired of having boyfriends. Like, I am working to be married and yada yada yada. But you have to know that it still takes work. Like, you may, you know, have love at first sight for whatever situation that may be, or whoever that may be for. But you're still gonna have to take that time to build and learn each other and all these different things. And I don't want to get too deep about, you know, Brian and I's personalities and all of that kind of stuff, because obviously if we were to do a Q&A or anything like that, that I'm sure would be answered in that video. But in the midst of dating and waiting, it's frustrating because you want to set boundaries and you want to, you know, challenge you guys and you want to do these things to help you, but you're still waiting and you're kind of like, well, when do I get this payout? Like, when do I know that this is too much? Or when do I know that this is not enough? And for me, the pain of change, okay, as a woman, I do, and only getting this information from social media or close friends who may have this conversation, we do feel entitled to certain things, as we should. Let me make that clear. We should be entitled to certain things, and that's, you know, being respected and you know, that's being loved correctly and being all of those different things. You know, you have things as well as what men needs as well. I don't know if I need to go around you. Sorry, y'all. So that is something for me, is getting out of my ways. I knew for my entire life, I was a person who just talked to people like I just say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to say in the video with me and my brother last Vlogmas, I did mention that, not last Vlogmas, but Vlogmas before, I can't remember, but I remember saying that in my video, like I just say it. And sometimes, and that's just one example, you know, sometimes we're still really so stuck in being the way that we are, or doing the things that we do, or saying things the way that we say them, and they may work for some people, they may work for certain situations, excuse me, but they're not gonna work all the time. And so I had to realize that you never know what stick to people. You never know how the things that you said really lingers in that person's mind after this whole situation is over, or after this whole conversation is over. And so I had to look at myself. How can I expect someone to respect me if I don't respect them? And I had to really work on my attitude, y'all. Like, I was so snappy, I was so irritable. Like, sometimes I don't even know why I'm so irritable. Like, and it irritates me because I can feel it, you know, after it has happened, but I can't feel it once it started, if that makes sense. Like, I'm already well irritated by the time I'm like, dang, like, what even caused this? You know what I'm saying? So that is something that I can say really opened my eyes. That one, just to give an example, and the pain with, I feel, having to wait. I feel like waiting is a pain, as you know, at some point, because you feel like, you know, as women, we already have this timeline for one, you know, and then just the pain of frustration, you know, that can cause stress, because now you're constantly thinking about certain things, you're constantly wondering certain things, you're constantly trying to figure things out, when in all, you know, reality, it's not for you to figure out, it's just for you to live through. So my boyfriend and I lived together, okay? My boyfriend and I lived together, and recently he has had this amazing opportunity to where, you know, he had to move, and so we did not move together. So now we are not living together anymore, you know, unfortunately, but whatever. And so for me, that was a pain as well, and it was a pain for him as well too, because we were so used to doing the same things. We were so used to coming home to one another. We were so used to these things, and it was a contradiction, because we're like, we want to keep God first, and we want to do this, and we want to do that, and we don't want to do this, and we want to, you know, all of these different things. And it was just like, okay, well, you got to give up something, you know. And I was still in pain, because I'm like, oh, my baby, you know, like, no, you know. So, and for him, you know, the frustration and all of that came with that, you know, being so used to something. But I think knowing that there's a bigger goal, knowing that we have things to look forward to and we have something to work towards, is what helped us get through that, you know. And it's helping us in other ways. Whether we see that right now in certain aspects, it is definitely working for our good. Dating and waiting is not for the weak, okay? It is not for the weak. It is not for your typical I would never girl or fella, especially when love is involved. So I think that it has definitely, this relationship alone has definitely taught me so much, y'all. It has taught me so much. And even with Brian being who he is to me, he has taught me so much. He has stretched me as well, pulled me out of my comfort zone, and all for the better though, you know what I'm saying? But the pain lies in literally growing. Like the series being called Growing Pains, Dating and Waiting is a series in itself, because you, each year or each month or each situation, you are growing, you are getting better, you are learning, you are discovering new things about this relationship or about this individual, and you have each time to decide whether you want to stay there and work on it, if you want to stay there and, you know, grow with this person, or whatever the case is, if y'all are going to be a team. So I think that aim for me lies in change. And you may say, well, all change should be painful. Like, why is it pain? And it's not. It's growing pain. You know, us being literally broke together. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally getting it out the mud together. Like, it's, you know, and again, I don't want to say too much, but shoot, dating and waiting in itself is a lot, especially when you feel that you have these expectations for things and it don't get there. You know what I'm saying? So what I would encourage you guys to do is when you are dating, first of all, I don't want to talk to any of my younger subscribers when it pertains to this, because y'all have fun, date, whatever. But I'm saying to the older ones, like, if you are dating someone and this person is worth fighting for, or this person is worth going through whatever type of pains, whether it's you guys not being where you want to be financially, or him getting no's, or you getting no's, or you guys getting doors closed in your face, and all of these different things, or whatever you have to deal with together that is causing that pain, because not all the time is the relationship bringing you pain, but it's necessarily, I'm sorry y'all, I scratched my arm, so, but it's more so like going through whatever you have to go through in the midst of dating and waiting as well, because some days are better than other days. And is an example for me, I was talking to my sister-in-law and I was letting her know how, you know, I was thinking of marriage. You know, I'm like, I mean, when is this gonna marry me? You know, but more so of me kind of having it in my mind. And so now at each thing, like each holiday or my birthday or whatever the case is, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm gonna get proposed to, you know. Not that deep, y'all, not that deep. Relax. But you know, just having that in your mind, and that will rob you of your happiness. That will rob you of, you know, that love, not that love, but like, it will just rob you of your peace, because every month you're wondering, is it about to happen, or when is it gonna happen? So now that it's causing frustration, because now you mad, but you don't want to tell him why you mad, because you just, you know, y'all know, ladies, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But that is something that I, in our relationship, to give you guys a little transparency, had to kind of overcome. And I've grown from that so much, and with my beliefs being what they are, I had to give it to God. That is how I grew past those pains, or those frustrations, or the uncertainty, you know, of will I get married, or where would I get married, or whatever the case is. And so even to when y'all have the same mindset pertaining to marriage, it ultimately makes things just, you know, flow, because it's just like, well, you know, whenever it does happen, I know that it happened because they wanted it to happen, you know, not because it was forced. Because, you know, if you only want to do marriage one time, or if you only want to, you know, whatever you guys' beliefs are, as long as they are the same, you can find comfort in knowing that when the time is right, then it's just right, you know. So that is pretty much it when it, you know, as it pertains to growing pains in dating and waiting. You guys comment down below and let me know if you understand what I'm saying. If you have, you know, caught yourself going through a phase of wondering, you know, when is it gonna happen, yada yada yada, or whatever, or certain holidays come up or whatever and you're thinking it's gonna happen, or, you know, but I don't want to happen on a holiday and it was gonna cap. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please comment down below and interact with your girl. Let me know what you think about this whole dating and waiting thing. Yeah, that is my dating and waiting. Okay, I don't know what type of dating and waiting y'all was talking about, but that's the dating and waiting I was talking about. Okay, but make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up for me. I hope this video isn't like too loud or like too much is going on, but I was on the way back home and I'm just like, I might as well go ahead and talk to my people, to the fam. I might as well go and talk to the fam. So I will see you guys in the next video. I think there is one more episode left, and then I will do like a recap of everything so that you guys can kind of, you know in one video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for your love and support, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.